We continue Severe Weather Awareness Week and Flood Safety Week as well. And I went in depth with the National Weather Service and Emergency Management about what happened with the Pickens County major flood event from early February. Here's more. Flash flooding. It's one of the most dangerous weather situations, and on February 6th in Pickens County, rescuers pulled several people out of rising water.
Our 911 calls started coming in for folks stranded in flooded roadways, and of course fire department crews and our swiftwater rescue crews responded immediately to assist those folks.
We issued a flash flood warning for Pickens County fairly early on in the event, and that again because of how wet it had been. We knew that saturation was already reached, and anything that was going to fall and hit the ground was going to, as far as rain, was going to run off immediately.
When it comes to forecasting these events, several factors come into play.
The critical component to all of this is rainfall. How much rainfall are we going to see, and over how long of a period of time are we going to see it? So not only the amounts, but the intensity.
Flash flood warnings typically last around 6 hours, from the time the stream first responds to runoff to when it reaches a flood stage.
We had one round of rainfall, then we had a quick break, and then we had another round of heavy rainfall, and then we had another round of heavy rainfall, and we get to a point where we reach these thresholds.
It's at that point that concerns grow.
We had not seen anything to that magnitude in Pickens County. That was definitely historic flooding for myself and a lot of the folks that I've worked with. That's never been seen before in Pickens County.
We're getting to levels that we're starting to get concerned that we're going to see more severe flooding than what we would typically see for a flash flood. It's at that time that we pick up the phone.
Before something as crucial as a flash flood emergency is issued, the National Weather Service team coordinates with county emergency managers, making sure that those on the ground understand the dangers of what's happening and how to get the word out.
We can depend on them to get very close. We're able to use them to identify what resources we need in what areas of the county. We start listening to their data, whether that's temperatures, rain forecasts, everything we take into account that they tell us, we have to factor that in.
It's very much a partnership between our office, seeing how conditions are evolving, how streams are responding, how much rain we're having, and then what the county wants to do as far as messaging. And our goal is to make sure that we are providing information so that public can make good decisions.
Now, there is another partnership in effect during flood events, and that's with the USGS River Monitoring Networks.
Yeah, so the next hour I went out literally in the elements to kind of detail the river monitoring and how that helps with the flash flood forecasting, because we have seen so much rain, so far this winter, and it's so rare. Earlier we were talking about only 3 flash flood emergencies have ever been issued by our Weather Service office.
And 2 were this year, which is just crazy.
Yes. Absolutely wild. So while we do have more rain chances in the forecast, the good news is that we're not expecting any more major flood concerns in the next 7 days.